Hello, hello. Where? Oh, my coffee is way over there. Oh, my son. Good afternoon, y'all. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta get my. I'm waiting for people. Yes, that's my coffee and my soda. It feels like an extra caffeine day. I don't know why I'm not feeling good. I think I'm just wore out from the weekend. You know, you take those whirlwind afternoon or overnighters, but um, when I can't even see the comments. No wonder I'm on my banners. Hey, Candy Kisses, Shelma. Um, let me get with it, you guys. I had lots of school today, but here we go. When Alicia gets here, I'm gonna drop the link for her. Right now, just let it be her, okay? Because she has been, hey Amber, she has been researching this as well. So I was gonna let her come up and kind of, hey Jackie, kind of go over the press conference with me. Hey Love and Life. But after that, I'm willing to open it up, but I've got to see your face because I'm very, very leery of that. Okay. And it has to be related to the Brittany case or something surrounding that, somebody missing or something. Um, Hope y'all had a good weekend. So, updated status on this. I popped in a little bit early here because I wanted to. Hey, Sandy, happy Monday. I don't know why I'm not feeling well, y'all. You know, when it's like, it could have been the thousands of people I was next to, but it's not like I feel like sick necessarily. I just feel like I got hit by a truck. And okay, I guess that would be kind of sick. But no, it's almost like you have just those whirlwind weekends, and it's almost like you have this mini jet lag or something. I don't know. But anyway, so what we know about Brittany right now is that here we go, y'all. This is gonna be her parents were briefed. I wanted to come on early to get it all set up. Her parents were briefed this morning by the sheriffs and the FBI. Um, They are in South Carolina for this press conference. Yeah, Amber. You know what, Amber? I think that's probably a little bit like I'm worn out. And then, even though you think loving life, seriously, hold on, let me get to you. You feel like you're drinking enough, but you're not. And then you're just like worn out. Loving life. And that means you live close to me. I am so sorry. That is crazy. That is just crazy. Oh my goodness. So if you don't know much about press conferences yet, usually and typically when the family is called in um, and briefed, it usually means that something is something big is coming. Oh, loving life. So I live about 30 minutes from there. So yeah, man, I'm sorry about that. That is crazy. So yeah, it usually means that something big is coming. I'm reading something right now. South Wow. I'm reading about a case in 2005 that they're saying is linked to basically at the same place, the exact same scenario as Britney's. Wow. Sorry, y'all. I just read that. That would be huge because sorry, I just saw that pop up on my phone. That would mean that this man, if it is him, did what we would all fear and hurt more than one person. Yes, Gunner. Yep. I'm just reading that now, Crystal. Holy cow. I don't know why I missed that before, but it just came up on my wham alert. Wow, sorry y'all, that just caught me off. I mean, that's crazy. Um so yes, Brittany's parents were prepped and updated. I do think that we're about to get some really big information. Kellyanne, I know I have to look into that case. I think that would be a fact that I want to let you guys know is that, and I didn't say this the other night. Um, Raymond Moody actually was living in a motel 2.5 miles from where I do, Gunner. I do. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think that he's been, I mean, pretty linked to so many cases. I don't know if it's maybe not. Maybe she was sold to him. I don't know. But I mean, if I go back and forth. I think he's involved somehow. I just don't know how. So 2.5 miles from where he lived, this is where well, we don't know if it's Brittany, we'll find out today probably, was where this body was found this weekend. Um, this Raymond Moody was a suspect or a person of interest, I should say, all the way back in 2012. So, what you have to wonder is what, what took so long? What you can imagine is probably that there wasn't enough to get him on. I think that the person coming forward in 2016 saying about Taquan Brown and Timothy Taylor, I think that kind of obviously led everything in a different direction. Uh, and it's just crazy. It's just I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts before this conference. Yeah, give me your thoughts before this conference. Do you think that we've got the guy and this is Brittany, or do you think that he, in fact, it's not him and this isn't Brittany? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you think this man has something to do with it? My only hesitation so far with that, y'all, is he hasn't killed before. And I know that sounds like, okay, he's done horrible things. He absolutely has. He should never see the light of day. But for what we know, his MO is not murder. He abducted an 8-year-old girl in 1983, was sentenced to 21 years, got out. He's been linked to several other um, abductions and assaults. However, he has not, yeah, so do I, Kellyanne. He has not been linked to a murder yet. Like I'm not saying that he couldn't, but usually there's an MO. Do you think he sold her? There's just so many questions that we're about to get answered. Um, I was shocked. Gunnar, I'm going to look into Crystal because I hadn't heard that before. I am shocked that I'm not hearing more about this today. I don't see Alicia yet, but I'm shocked I'm not hearing more of this today. I even looked at Brian Enton. I don't see that he's covering this anywhere, which is pretty surprising. I understand though that there is, and I'm going to look into this too, that there is a inmate escape in Texas that he seems to be pretty focused on. I kind of slacked this weekend, y'all. Like, okay, I didn't slack necessarily, but I didn't do as much research as I wanted. Obviously, I was in New York City with my family. Um, but Kellyanne, yeah, I mean, if they brought him to South Carolina and briefed him, I think it's pretty. I think there is going to be a happiness and a sadness that goes with Brittany's parents if it's hers. I think that loving life, if you're ever willing to come up on panel, I would love to hear, who she was. Um, I mean, your kids knew her personally. I don't know. Alicia, if you come here, let me know. I'll drop the link. I think that we're going to see a mix of emotion. I think we're going to see some relief. I think we're going to see some devastation because I think as a parent, no matter what, you're never prepared to know your child has passed, right? So I think when she's missing, we have there's a feeling of, even though you know that she's probably passed away, you still in your mind think, well, if she's not, I think I think it will solidify it for her parents, right? No matter how much they know. No matter how much their gut tells them that. I just I can't imagine. I guess the bottom line is I can't imagine what's going through their head right now. Um I pray for, the community. I think this will drag up a whole lot of emotion in the community if it is her. I am disappointed. Allegedly, Brittany, if you're here too, I saw your message and I absolutely would like to get with you, especially with the demographics of the area. I am disappointed that this is not being talked about more. And I don't mean with our creators as a whole, I mean outside in the news. What has to happen for news to care? I guess. I I don't know. Maybe it's because it's been so long. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm not this true crime aficionado, y'all. So when I kind of dialogue with this with you guys, I hope you know that, like, it's not because I don't know things or something. It's because honestly, I have to. This is how I talk through things because my brain doesn't work like a criminal. So this is how I talk through true crime. I think I'm on a leg. All right, I'm gonna go make sure this is all ready. Said they were streaming on the live. Um,
Starts with breaking news. Well, thank you for joining us here for your news at noon. I'm Terry Henderson. We're following several developing stories this afternoon.
Hold on, I'm coming, guys.
The sheriff's office is set to hold a news conference in just a matter of hours. That's where we sit WNB investigating.
All right, we're getting ready here, guys. I'm getting it set up. Why is this? This is not. Do you think it doesn't? This hope is right, Sandy. Do you think it doesn't load until, because I went to where it said it was going to be? Do you think it doesn't load until it actually starts? Because it said it was streaming on this site. I'm so technologically like ridiculous. It's not even funny. I don't even know if that's a word. Oh, here we go. All right, we're about to go here. Ah! Hold on, I'm sharing. Here we go, y'all. Oh, come on, no lag. Just a beautiful girl. Her parents were just seated. I believe that's her brother in the background.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. My name is Carter Weaver, and I'm the Sheriff of Georgetown County. I'm joined by case agents from the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office, the Georgetown County Coroner Chase Ridgway, Myrtle Beach PD Chief Amy Prock, Horry County Sheriff Philip Thompson, Solicitor Jimmy Richardson, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division Chief Mark Keel, FBI Special Agent in Charge Susan Forensic, members of the U.S. Attorney's Office, Don and Chad Drexel, and family.
Members of the U.S.
The purpose
Attorney
of
is
this press
important.
conference is to address recent law enforcement activity within Georgetown County as it pertains to the disappearance of Brittanee Drexel. Miss Brittanee was reported missing from Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on April the 25th, 2009, approximately 33 miles north from where we are today. Originally, a task force was created and staffed by agencies from Horry and Georgetown County to investigate the disappearance of Brittanee. That was 13 years ago. And that collaboration continues today and has grown to include the 15th Judicial Solicitor's Office, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Brittany's mother, Dawn, and Chad, and Father John were promised that every resource would be used to find the answer of what happened to Brittanee, where did it happen, how did it happen, and why did it happen. The why may never be known or understood, but today, this task force can confidently and without hesitation answer the rest of those questions, along with the who is responsible.
Oh my gosh.
The who is Raymond Douglas Moody, who lives at 5502 Rose Hill Road in Georgetown, South Carolina. His date of birth is May the 9th of 1960, and he is a white male with an extensive sex offender criminal history. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office charges against Mr. Raymond Moody are murder, kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. All of these charges occurring within the jurisdictional limits of Georgetown County, all of which occurred on April the 25th of 2009, and all of which detail Brittanee Drexel as the victim.
Oh my God.
Charges against Raymond Moody were made possible through investigative findings and evidence that led us to a possible site where Raymond Moody buried a deceased Brittanee Drexel on or about April the 26th of 2009. Human remains were discovered at that location on May the 11th of 2022. The remains were recovered by the FBI's evidence response team and transferred to Georgetown County Coroner Chase Ridgway. Coroner Ridgway, along with the Charleston County Coroner's Office, positively identified through dental records the remains we found were indeed Brittanee Drexel.
Oh my
The
gosh.
South Carolina Law Enforcement Division also performed DNA analysis and corroborated the coroner's findings. This has been an exhaustive case that has generated cooperation from the public and the media over the past 13 years. We all thank you for that. I am also thankful to be standing with professional law enforcement officers who are dedicated to this case and were prepared to act when opportunities to solve this case presented themselves over the past few weeks. To the Drexel family, we mourn with you and pray for you as you cope with the tragedies of 13 years ago. No one deserves to go through this, and our hearts go out to you. Our only hope is that this finding allows your family to grieve properly for Brittanee. Thank you.
I'm crying. I don't know why. It's just.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Amy Prock, here representing the men and women of the Myrtle Beach Police Department. This day is definitely bittersweet.
Oh, come on, don't lag.
While we are certainly grateful for being able to bring some
Oh, sorry about the lag, guys.
closure to Brittaney's family. It's not final chapter we had been hoping for. Every police officer has that one case
Oh,
that frequents their every waking
she is
thought.
torn up.
This was that case for many people in our team and several agencies throughout the circuit and throughout the state. We all stayed close with the Drexel family as we exhausted avenue after avenue in this investigation that lasted
Think so,
13
Candy
years
Kisses.
and involved many dedicated law enforcement professionals from local,
I know,
state,
Amber.
and federal jurisdictions. On behalf of the Myrtle Beach Police Department, past and present officers, and so many more of the teammates that stand behind me and throughout this circuit and throughout this state, I extend our deepest condolences to Brittaney's loved ones. We will continue to stand with you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce FBI Special Agent in charge, Susan Forensic.
That poor officer, she is quite torn up.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today under such sad circumstances. For 13 years, we've been hoping for a different outcome. And in the last week, we've confirmed that Brittanee lost her life in a tragic way, at the hands of a horrible criminal who was walking our streets. While the news today doesn't bring Brittanee back, it does allow the family to take one step closer to getting justice for the actions that occurred to her. And throughout the investigation, all of the people you see here and all the investigators, the technical expertise, the analysts, evidence recovery teams, no one wavered over this time. And we wish that we could have come to these results sooner. As Chief Croc said, we're here for the family, not just today and through this investigation, but moving forward. And our hearts mourn with them for the loss of their child. So today, I'd like to focus on the fact that Brittanee has been found and she can be with her family and at peace. And I appreciate all that the media and the public have done to get us to this point, because without input, with the media keeping the story alive, without getting the message out, we wouldn't have tips that would help investigators get through the investigation. So thank you for all you've done. And again, our hearts go out to the Drexel family. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce Solicitor Jimmy Richardson.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Richardson. I'm the solicitor for Horry and Georgetown counties. There are few things in life worse than losing a child. But one of the things that I believe qualifies for that is losing a child and not being able to bury that child. That's why we have the Tomb of Unknown Soldier there in Washington, the MIA, and we remember flags. These past 13 years have been extremely difficult. The Drexel family have lived this. And, you know, a lot of twists and turns along the way. Today, on Saturday, about 2 o'clock, I got a call from Chief Mark Hill. And Brittanee's remains had been identified by sled. And it's kind of a bittersweet call, but at least at that point, we knew that we were on the right trail. The accused, Raymond Moody, is in jail. He's charged with rape, murder, and kidnapping. And he is down there at Georgetown County Sheriff's Office. In the coming months, we will move to seeking justice for Brittanee. And we'll be talking about arraignments and indictments and hearings. But today, I think it's a good day to somberly be reminded of Brittanee and all that she and her family have had to go through. Now, in those 13 years, you've heard it several times, but South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, Georgetown County Sheriff's Office, Carter Weaver, Philip Thompson and Horry County Sheriff's Department, Amy Prock, the Myrtle Beach Police, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and especially the FBI. Those guys have worked tirelessly to get to where we are today. And I'm telling you that to say that I actually saw Amy Prock down helping with excavation. These guys have been nothing but professional. They've never tired. They've never wavered. They never quit working, and they never gave up. So all of that stuff sort of come together, that perseverance and hard work. And again, in the days and weeks to come, we'll certainly turn to justice. And obviously, justice is never going to be good enough. That's the fallacy in all of this, that somehow we're going to do our very best to see that Raymond Moody pays for what he's done here. But that is not going to replace Brittanee. But what we have been able to do is to return a body to Chad and Dawn and hopefully start the process of closure. And again, closure is not nearly as good as justice, and justice isn't nearly as good as just having it not happen. But that's all we have to offer. So again, to repeat, Raymond Moody is in custody, is being held. He does not have a bond. That original bond was on obstruction of justice charge. That's another charge that I failed to mention, but he remains in custody. The body has been located, identified by DNA and dental records, and has been given over to the Drexel family, who I want to introduce to you now. This is Chad and Don Drexel.
Hi, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to thank the FBI, all the law enforcement agencies that worked on their case, the Solicitor's office, and all the investigators who never gave up on the search for Brittanee and the individuals responsible from taking her from us. I want to thank those of you in the media that kept Brittanee's story current and didn't forget about her or our family. I want to thank the many volunteers that helped search for Brittanee and answers with us. You have all inspired me and the investigators to keep going. I am comforted by everyone who has been a part of our lives and those we have met along the way. This is truly a mother's worst nightmare. I am mourning my beautiful daughter, Brittanee, as I have been for 13 years, but today it's bittersweet. We are much closer to the closure and the peace that we have been desperately hoping for. I am slowly processing everything that has come to light. I have not hidden from commenting or discussing.
I think so, Sandy. We're going to talk about that.
We do not plan on speaking or answering any questions today. I do ask that you respect our family's privacy and allow us to grieve during this time. We do intend to speak at some point. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter. The search for Brittanee is now a pursuit of Brittanee's justice. Also, I did want to make everyone aware that we will be holding a celebration of life in Rochester and also in Myrtle Beach. We will be giving dates at a later time.
I might have to hit that.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Oh,
I know I break up, but
this is her dad,
it is
y'all.
bittersweet. And we have a little more closure than what we wanted.
Hey, Lori.
Weighing this all out is tough on dad, tough on mother. But having faith and hope is what's going to guide us through the end result, because they still have the work to do and we have full. I cooperate, and the support that I can give them is not even near what I want to give them. So thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Yes. Law enforcement, the FBI, they did an amazing job on Brittany's case. It may have took them quite a long time, but we are glad that we're able to bring Brittany home.
Last thing I'm going to add is there's several different law enforcement, several different divisions, several different types. And being paramilitary, you're working Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines together as one to find one person. It's basically what they did. And that's incredible. So guys,
Thank you. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Sheriff. Crystal Soul case. Can you tell me what Crystal Soul is? What does this mean for Timothy? How do you know that Raymond
Holy
did
cow.
this?
Are there co-conspirators?
Why are you not taking questions? This is supposed to be
Holy
a
cow, piranha.
converse.
Are we gonna find out if there were any alleged conspirators?
When might more information before coming, sir?
How did you know this? How do you know Raymond did it?
No, we need to know if there's any more questions. we can-
Why do you refuse to take questions?
Oh my gosh.
Sheriff,
We need to have questions.
Just the how.
Yeah, Solicitor.
What about Crystal Soul's family? You say anything about that?
Okay, y'all, is this normal for news people? Like, is that how they operate at press conferences?
Thank you. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Jason, can you talk to us about
I just want to make sure it's over. I think it is.
what's going on as far as questions?
See what I'm going to be doing when I leave here. My name is Jason Leslie, Public Information Officer for the Sheriff's Office. I will be sending the warrants that were served on Mr. Moody today.
When you say sending, could you explain that?
I'm going to scan them and email them to all my media list. If you are not on my list, you've got
Okay,
regular
love and life.
communication with me. I have some cards. Be sure to get one.
All right, y'all, so we should get some information on the warrants here shortly.
LESLEY@gtcounty.org.
If he's emailing them out
Send me an
today.
email. Stay in touch. And further comments about the prosecution of the case will come from the solicitor's office.
Can you confirm where the remains were found?
No, it'll be in the warrant, I think.
And the warrant coming out
I'm
today?
gonna send those to you
We're gonna get them
like,
this now.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the.
I'm going to email and see if I can get those.
They were served about before noon today. So they were just served on Mr. Moody in Georgetown County Detention Center. Solicitor said he was at the sheriff's office, but he's remained in the detention center for the last week or 10 days. Okay, thank you very much for coming. It's been a very difficult week for all of us. And the solicitor's office will be your contact for further prosecution advances. Thank you very much.
Solicitor's office, okay.
Everybody, you might need a card, just in case you need to email me.
Oh. Wow. Well, I know we expected it. I know we heard that, I just thought here for a second really quick. I heard her mom say there was a celebration of life for Brittany. If there is like a vigil of some sort, I will go. But if it's more of just like a funeral type celebration of life, I won't, because I am a huge believer in respecting the family. And, it's not a show. It's not a show up and make it a show type deal. I have an array of emotions. I'm sad. I'm happy. My heart, I'm not sure if you all noticed how broken up the I want to speak to Loving Life. If you noticed how broken up the sheriff was, or the female cop, I think everybody's kind of in the same boat of just they suspected it, but at the same time, yeah, like I talked about, not knowing. Um, if you all noticed some things to point out about the press conference, uh, it said Brittany passed on April 25th. She was buried on the 26th. The I believe it was the FBI did say that her death date was April 25th. That means that tool or douchebag or evil, vile man from 9:15 till midnight assaulted, raped, and murdered Brittanee Drexel. I think I'm lagging. I can't see comments, y'all. I'm sorry. I do not believe, in my opinion, that this was his only murder. I think that they will find Crystal's souls. I believe that he has probably murdered, in my opinion, several. In my opinion. Um, I don't know. It did say that he was the only one. I think we're going to get a lot more a lot more answers once we see, like, this was answers. This is what we prepared for, right? We thought probably since her parents were briefed, all of that, this was going to be, we would find out. I think we will know more about his charges and how it happened. When the warrants come out, I think that they will be a little tight-lipped, because I think they're going to, obviously the Crystal Souls case, this will all, like, everything's still open. I do think that I don't know how this was, determined, how it came about. If he was, if he talked all of a sudden, I don't know exactly what happened. Um, but I will say, Taquan Brown, shame on you. Shame on you. Because you lied. You lied about ever seeing Brittanee Drexel that day. You lied because you had a beef with Tim Taylor. Raymond Moody, Lori. You lied because you had a beef with Tim Taylor, and you put the entire investigation in an entire different direction. Shame on you. And I wish you could go to jail for that. That's just shame on you. Because, hey, Save Robbie, unless there's something we don't know, then he completely lied, and shame on you. Raymond Moody is a man that never should have seen the light of day again, and he did. And because of that, one girl we know is dead, and several other might be dead as well. I'm on my soapbox again. The fear in that baby's life. You know what, y'all? If you could do anything from this, if you have small kids, somehow impress to them they are not invincible. This girl did what, other people said is a 17-year-old girl who thought she was invincible and took off with, you know, on a joyride with her friends. Her mom had no idea, and lost her entire life in a tragic, awful, awful way. I don't even think we can imagine, but the amount of time, if she really passed away on April 25th, that was 3 hours, a 3 hour span, less than that, that he would have done what he did, take her to that location. And now, wait, okay, so the burial was, they said they believe she was buried April 26th. You know, that would make sense, right? But yeah, Save Robbie, they found Brittanee Drexel's body. She was the girl that was missing from my area for 13 years, and it ended up where it has been confirmed in a press conference that it was Raymond Moody who spent 21 years in prison for a 8-year-old kidnapping in 1993, 83, excuse me, and sexual assault. He has, yeah, they are putting together. So he actually, yeah, it's just a, and now they're saying that he might be, have committed other things too. It's just he was tied to a 2004 assault that they were still trying to prove. He was tied to a 2007 assault that they are still trying to prove, and then he murdered Brittanee in 2009. And I don't think she's the only one that they're gonna find. And all I can say is just that poor baby. And I'm so happy for her. I'm not happy for. I'm pleased that her family has closure. But her mom moved her entire life. Her mom, you know what? Hats off to her mom. It is Save Robbie. I'm scared for how much we're gonna find out. Um, ugh. Her mom never stopped fighting and never stopped being Brittany's voice. I was looking up her mom. She had hired a private guest investigator. She moved her entire life to Myrtle Beach to find Brittanee. For the last 13 years, people behind the scenes have worked tirelessly to find Brittanee. My question is, and Robbie might know this because he's more experienced in true crime and whatnot, or somebody else here in chat, can Taquan Brown, who said he saw Brittanee and inevitably we think lied, can he be brought up on charges for basically steering the investigation away from Raymond Moody in 2016? Because, I mean, when he came out and said what he did, they changed the entire investigation and said they thought she was trafficked. Um, when in 2012, Raymond Moody was the main person of interest. Like, can he be arrested or can something he be brought on charges for? I don't know how all of that works. But shame on you, Taquan. Justice for Heather Elvis, justice for Crystal Souls. I think a lot. I mean, Crystal Souls went missing, y'all, in 2005, 20 minutes from where Brittanee was found. That's what I'm wondering, Amber. I think for me, like, I got a little emotional because as recently as 2000, um, when I was still in high school, my last year of high school, we went to Myrtle Beach and we played because we played softball. We played in Andrews and we played in Georgetown, and I remember thinking like how great those places were because, oh, I will Candy Kisses. I'm invested and I'm gonna dig into all of them. Because it's such a small place and the Southern hospitality was so amazing, and I'm thinking this man was there the whole time. Like at any time, I could have been one of those babies. And it's a surreal, yeah, I wonder, Save Robbie. It's a surreal feeling of, for one, my parents were there, so there was no getting away. I don't know, when you just think, man, it's wild. It's wild to me. Um, yeah, Robbie, you got to look at it's awful. They totally. Do I have any more Candy Kisses? Yeah, I'll be updating this a lot. I've got allegedly with Brittany J. I didn't see Alicia come in, but she actually lives real close to where this happened, so she's gonna help me do some. Who is this man who steered? Taquan Brown, Save Robbie. In 2016, he came forward and said that he saw Brittany at a stash house with two friends. So the entire investigation switched. Him and this inmate were friends. They were both in jail at the time. So the entire investigation stopped with Raymond Moody basically and switched to where they were all of a sudden, well, she was trafficked and the entire investigation went to an opposite, complete direction. And I mean, if in my opinion, that added another. It's tragic because then you go, he's had 2009. He's had 13 years out there, y'all. I can guarantee Brittanee is not the only one. But shouldn't have never been out of jail. How do you get 21 years? I'm sure they'd have to prove. That's true. That's true, Robbie. That's true. That is very true. Candy Kisses, I think we're gonna get the warrant. I'm gonna email that email address that came out at the end of it and get the see if I can get the warrants. Yeah, I know Candy Kiss is about to here. If not, the news is all, they did say the media is all going to get the warrants by the end of today. So I'm assuming that will come out and we will go over that. I think we'll understand a little bit more about the charges and the whereabouts when we are, the warrants come out. I think today, exactly, Save Robbie. And Save Robbie, he's 1983 kidnapping of an 8-year-old and assault. He's linked to 2004. He's linked to 2007 case. They're now saying that he probably linked to Crystal Souls, which are disappearance for. I mean, you're right. It is scary. It is scary. It is a lot of damage for a crazed killer. Um, it's a lot of damage. I think today they're trying to let her parents digest it. Like I said, it's just a lot to like be a parent and search and put your whole life into 13 years. So, Lori, he was in jail for the assault in 1983. Exactly, Save Robbie. It is disgusting. In 1983, he was released after 21 years in jail. The I guess that was his sentence for a kidnapping of an 8-year-old in California and sexual assault. He moved from California to South Carolina. Um, Robbie, no, I've got lag here because of a storm coming too. Exactly, Amber. He was in jail. This time he was arrested May 8th, which happy birthday, douchebag, because he spent his birthday May 9th in jail. For obstruction of justice, which they no, he was arrested. So this timeline is interesting. He did 2.5. Well, he was living in a motel. Hey, Gina or Gigi, sorry. He was living in the hotel 2.5 miles from where Brittany's body was found and near where Crystal Souls disappeared. If you've ever visited Andrews, it is a very small area, and so Crystal, yeah. Obstruction of justice. They said he was arrested for obstruction of justice on the day that Brittany disappeared. So my guess is, I would say probably we're going to find out that he was arrested April 26th for obstruction of justice. They have not yet to this point said what that obstruction of justice is. I'm assuming we'll find that out today. He was Lori, the FBI, law enforcement, everybody, the sheriff or one of the police officers that was a female who was obviously pretty distraught, who'd been on the case a long time. They said she was down there digging. Um, he was arrested May 8th, which I assumed they at that point. I know, Save Robbie. Look up Crystal Souls. At that point, they had pretty good confirmation that it was him. He must have talked or something. There was something that led them to that he was the man. And yeah, it is, Save Robbie. It's a sad rabbit hole because it's gone on for so long. And she was this kid that, I mean, Robbie, her parents did everything the same way I would have. They thought she was at a friend's house because her parents said, no, you can't go to Myrtle Beach with these people I don't know. And she took off and went anyways. And she called her mom the day she went missing and said, I'm at the beach. Well, if you live where I live, the beach to us means Lake Ontario. There is a beach. It was 83 degrees that day. Her mom thought Great. She's at the beach calming down because they fought all month over her not going. What her mom didn't know when she said the beach was she was actually in Myrtle Beach. That night she was with, I'm just recapping quick for everybody. That night she was with a group of friends at Bay Harbor Resort. Said she was going to, this was at 8 o'clock, she was going to walk down to see a friend that she knew from Rochester, a nightclub promoter. At 8:15, she took off by herself to walk a near mile and a half, which if you've been to Myrtle Beach or any strip, a girl like Brittany, any girl at 17 years old, should not be walking by herself. She met up at Blue Water Resort, which I said I've stayed at. She was then met the guy and left. From my understanding, he was cleared. She texted her boyfriend at 9:15. The texts stopped abruptly. Her boyfriend called the friends. I don't know, Lori. She called the friends. He called the friends. No one knew where she was. Finally, he called Brittany's parents, and they immediately called police. Within a month, her mom uprooted her entire life and moved to Myrtle Beach, and the rest is history. I don't know, Lori. So I thought, was she sold from these guys? Like, was she sold to this man? But then the only thing that makes me think not is because they did say at the press conference he was the sole person. Um, he's an older dude, so well, I guess he wouldn't have been to Who Old Then, because you wonder, well, how did he get her in the car or something? And you just picture this creepy guy strolling down the strip looking for this perfect young girl, and I don't know. It's just sad to me because we all were 17 and stupid, and we all thought nothing is ever going to happen to me, and then it does. Like something like this happens, and it's just really hard to come to terms with. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I know that based on what the sheriffs are saying and the FBI is saying, that if she passed away on April 25th, he did what he had to do and that was it. But I think we're about to find out that I am praying. I think we might find out where Crystal Souls is. I think we might even find out where Heather Elvis, he is a monster, Shelma. I think we might find out where Heather Elvis is. I mean, like Robbie said, 13 years is a long time for a crazed killer to be on the loose. And there has been such a shortage. I look back now, what I did. Oh my gosh, Lori, I know. I look back thinking, dang. I mean, even back in my day in 2000, like we thought, our parents, I was so mad at my parents. I remember being so flippin' mad because they wouldn't let me walk with a strip in Myrtle Beach. I was so mad at them. And now, oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus, that my parents said, I don't care if you're mad at me. I'm your parent, I'm not your friend, and you're not walking down any strip at nighttime, no matter how many people you are with. In fact, my whole team was mad at my parents because my parents ratted them all out to the coach so that none of them, because my parents were chaperones, could walk down the strip. And we were so mad. And I remember being so mad at my parents and thinking, I can't believe they embarrassed me like that. I can't believe they narked out all my friends and I wouldn't talk to them and blah, blah, blah. And now I think, thank you, Jesus, that my parents, who were not perfect by any means, but my parents were willing to be hated for a time to protect us, you know? And Brittany's parents didn't even get that chance to protect her, right? Because her mom was protecting her in the fact she said, you're absolutely not going. Oh, wow. MJ's life. That is amazing. Yeah, MJ's life. I'm trying to get loving life, not loving in life. That was in here. Actually, her kids went to school at no MJ's life. That's perfect. Brittany, I'm going to try to get in touch with them to get just some positive things like who was Brittanee and stuff like that. I would love it if Robbie, I am, like I said, I'm disappointed that more news places aren't uncovering, covering the story. I understand it's been 13 years, but I'm big on we're not, these we're just not being a big enough voice. I appreciate Robbie even saying he was going to look at this rabbit hole. And like I said, there's informant. Yeah. Y'all, that's huge. If MJ's life is saying that there's an informant in the case that said he witnessed stuff, I mean that would be huge. There'd be more, everything would be uncovered. I think a little bit more. Allegedly, with Brittanee, Alicia didn't come in. I'm not sure. She might have got caught up with kids, but I know that. All right, thank MJ's life. Let me check real quick. I know that allegedly with Brittanee is going to work with me a bit on the demographics because she lives there. So let me just check this article real quick. Can you send it to me, MJ's life? Because I'm not seeing it. So if you could send it to me, that would be awesome, and then I can. Oh, MJ's life. Yeah. So Taquan Brown is on my poop list right now because so far it's been proven that he lied. So do we have any indication as to whether this guy has any connection to? We don't, Black Cat, not yet. The warrant for his arrests are coming out this afternoon. I think that we're about to get a whole bunch of information. I think we're going to see crystal souls found. I really do. I'm just, I can't say it enough, guys. I'm going to go back to what Robbie said, 13 years. And he's linked to stuff that happened before Brittanee Drexel. Yeah, Amber, I have no idea because he changed his story so many times and then ended up coming that him and this Timothy Taylor had beef or something like that. And, I mean, we've got Crystal Souls, Heather Elvis, all were taking place, around the same times. Black Cat? Thanks, MJ's life. Dude, I mean, that's it, that is not a bad thought. Y'all, isn't there a thing where like criminals escalate? Because if you think about this man, when he kidnapped and assaulted an 8-year-old girl, spent 21 years, got out. Well, then he started killing. So it's like he escalated to that next step. And so now I think there's no, I don't know. But I do think that today they're just letting her parents digest it because it is a lot, I think, to be flown to South Carolina. Yes, we found your daughter. He did it, all this stuff. Brace yourself for the press conference, But I definitely am going to keep covering this case very closely. Yes, save Robbie. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, he evolved. Thank you. Hold on one second, y'all. Hi, bud. Tired?
No.
Kind of. All right. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at today, guys. I will probably go live later once the warrants are out. If you find anything else out or somebody sees an article or something, please shoot me a email. And we will kind of go from there. But as soon as that warrant is released, we will. Yep, exactly, Amber. We will go ahead and look at that together and start dissecting maybe this timeline that we can put together. Ooh, a birthday card. Yeah. So let's pray for Brittany's family and for, did anything, when's the press conference? It already happened, MJ's. Go back to the beginning of this after I finished and I streamed it. Parker didn't have Brittany's friends that were, no, they didn't, Lori, but they think because she was walking down the street that no one even knew. So, but we will definitely talk about this later, guys. I appreciate you, and prayers to everyone involved, her family, and like I said, if it's a celebration of life, like a vigil type thing, I will go. I will not go if it's like a funeral, because I just, oh, no problem, MJ's life, because I just don't like that. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Save Robbie. I didn't see that. Thank you. And Save Robbie, check out his lives lately have been phenomenal. Just really calm, very fact-based. We love that. That's good. We need calm. But all right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.